Hello everyone, in case you didn't know who I am, my name is Taylor Kerr and this is my Mahara e-portfolio week 9 for food technology. Today I'll be teaching you how to make Mexican Tortilla Cups and why it is suitable for a Year 8 class in secondary education. Now, let's get into it. Now, let's look into this. This recipe involves fundamental cooking techniques such as baking, sauteing and assembling, which are all appropriate for Year 8 students. These techniques help students build confidence and competence in the kitchen, such as learning their knife skills on how to dice tomatoes and other ingredients. Helping students practice their knife skills is essential for safe and efficient cooking within the kitchen. This recipe includes a mix of protein, vegetables and grains, making it a balanced meal. This provides a practical example of healthy eating and the importance of including different food groups in a meal. This recipe allows for customization with various fillings and toppings, enabling students to experiment with flavors and ingredients, fostering creativity and personal expression. Now, looking at this book, this dish aligns with the curriculum, looking at technologies and society, analysing ethical and sustainable factors in ingredient sourcing, such as choosing organic or locally produced ingredients. It also focuses on food specializations, discussing on how properties of food, for example tortillas, and how they have the ability to form in little cups. This can influence preparation and presentation techniques for healthy eating solutions. And lastly, materials and technology specializations, using various kitchen tools and equipment, understanding their properties and how they contribute to creating this dish. The steps involved in making tortilla cups are straightforward and can be completed within a typical class period, ensuring students can start and finish their recipe during class time. Also, students learn to manage their time effectively by following a recipe with specific steps and baking times. Also, preparing the recipe in groups encourages teamwork, communication and collaborative problem-solving skills. Also, students evaluate the final product based on taste, presentation and nutritional value, fostering critical thinking skills. The ingredients used in this recipe are generally affordable and widely available, making it accessible for school budgets and ensuring that all students can participate without financial barriers. Overall, Mexican Tortilla Cups provide an excellent educational opportunity for Year 8 students by combining practical cooking skills, cultural exploration, nutritional education, and alignment with the curriculum standards. This recipe is engaging, manageable, and suitable, developing a wide range of skills in the food and hospitality context, such as using common pantry items, making them accessible and convenient to cook with. Now, let's get into it. Now, it is important to follow the usual kitchen practices, such as having your hair tied back, sleeves pushed up, no jewelry on, apron on, and washing your hands. We do this to follow the safety and hygiene practices, also preventing cross-contamination and also just practical safety skills. It is important to also read through the recipe and collect the ingredients. The ingredients you'll be using for this recipe is olive oil cooking spray, mini white tortillas, beef mince, salsa mix, Mexican seasoning mix, smoked paprika, black beans, garlic cloves, tomatoes, lettuce, and salt and pepper. The equipment you'll be needing is mixing bowls, a wooden spoon, a plate, a saucepan, a chef knife, a muffin tin, a green chopping board, and oven mitts. Gathering all your ingredients and equipment will help with time efficiency and management within the kitchen. You'd like to clean your workspace with warm soapy water and paper towel. This is to prevent and reduce the risk of germs and bacteria. Now, let's get started. So, you want to grab your muffin tin tray and your olive oil spray, and you want to lightly spray on the back of the muffin tin tray. The reason why we're doing this is that we're going to put the wraps on the back of the muffin tin tray, and we spray it with olive oil to prevent any sticking from occurring. Now, you want to grab your wrap, your cutting board, and your chef knife, and placing your finger on top of the knife so you can get a firm grip. Then you want to cut down in the middle of the wrap, just like so. And then we want to place this back on the plate. We want to do this process 3 times. Once you cut your wraps, we want to put them in the microwave for 15 seconds. The reason why I decided to put the wraps in the microwave is so it's way easier to work with once it softens. Now, if you don't mind. Now, we want to grab our wraps and we want to grab our muffin tin. Now, it's time to place the wraps onto the muffin tin. Now, grabbing one of the wraps, we want to carefully place it on the back of the muffin tin. Then we want to start carefully pushing it down so it molds into the muffin tin. Just like so. We want to do this process 5 more times. And this should be the final look. Now, we have to turn our oven on to 160 degrees. We do this so our wraps can achieve the desired cooking results. Once this preheats, we leave the wraps in the oven for 7 minutes or until golden brown. Now, making sure your tomatoes washed with cold wet water, we want to grab our chopping board, knife and tomato. We want to use our claw grip and cut the tomato in half. We use the claw grip for finger protection, steady cutting and consistent cuts. We want to keep on doing this till all of it is sliced. When cutting this tomato, we want to be very careful of our fingers. So that's why it's always really important to make sure that they stay nice and curled. You want to grab your knife again and you want to make sure that tomatoes in line with the knife. And then using your grip, you want to make sure that you dice all of the tomato. And then afterwards, we want to place it in this silver small bowl. So this should be the final product. Now, we do the same process with the lettuce. The reason why we wash vegetables is to remove any dirt and debris and any surface contaminants on the produce. Now, grabbing the knife, we want to do that claw grip again and we want to slice all of the lettuce in half. Now, using that claw grip, we're wanting to cut through the lettuce until it's nice and shredded like this. We want to do it for the remaining of the lettuce. Once the lettuce is cut, we want to put it in the silver bowl. This should be the final product. Now, time to move on to our beef. Now, placing the beef in a bowl, we want to grab a fork and we want to start mashing it. The reason why we do this is to get the better integration of seasonings and even distribution. We then want to add in our Mexican seasoning mix. We want to add this in the mince and then we want to start mixing it in. Once the taco seasoning mix is added, we want to add in some paprika. We just want to do a small little sprinkle. Once that is done, we want to do the exact same thing with the salt and pepper. Once the mince is done, we want to grab our chopping board, garlic cloves and knife, and we want to cut off the ends of the garlic clove. The reason why we do this is so it's 10 times easier on peeling off the skin of the clove. Once you've peeled the skin, you want to crush the garlic with the back of the knife. This is to enhance the flavour, getting a stronger taste. And then afterwards, using our claw grip technique, we want to dice up the garlic. Once you've minced your garlic, you can add it into your beef mince mixture. Once that is done, it is time to clean some dishes. Now, we want to clean our dishes with warm soapy water and with either a scrubber brush or a sponge. The reason why we want to do this is to prevent cross-contamination, which is essential for food safety within kitchen hygiene, promoting a healthy cooking environment. Now, for our beef mixture, we want to turn the stove on a medium-high heat and spray it with some olive spray. The reason why we preheat this is for consistent temperature and a faster cooking time. We want to pour in our beef mixture into the saucepan and let it cook whilst mixing it with a wooden spoon. We want to cook this for around 5 minutes or until. Now we want to rinse out our black beans using a strainer. The reason why we do this is as it improves flavour and enhances texture. Afterwards, we want to place it into the beef mixture. Once the beans is added, you can add in your salsa mixture. This should be the final product. Once mixed, now it is time to assemble. Make sure you also clean the remainder of your dishes. Now this should be the final product. Now, the best part about this dish is quick, easy, customizable, and of course, delicious. Now, thank you for listening, and until next time, bye-bye.